Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of EricksonTV. Hello Lauren.
Hey Curtis.
Hey, Happy New Year 2014. This is our first episode of 2014. I wanted to talk about something that's near and dear to our heart, the IRS.
Oh right, yes, our good friends.
There was an article in the USA Today newspaper online version today about it's titled "The IRS is Lagging Badly on Customer Service," the report says.
Yeah.
And I know you have some personal experience in IRS dealings, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, but I want to give you some statistics.
Okay.
From right now, the current report for last year, that only 61% of more than 100 million customer service calls made to the IRS last year were even answered. So 39% of the calls were not even answered, gave up. And that's an increase from 39% unanswered calls to 13% 10 years earlier. So that's a big jump from 10 years earlier.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was about 53% of 8.4 million letters from taxpayers seeking adjustment to the tax liability went to unanswered for more than 45 days.
Wow.
And a decade ago it was only 12%.
Yeah.
And only 110,000 walk-in customers physically to the IRS offices were able to have their tax law questions answered, which was 685,000 fewer than just a decade ago.
Right.
Okay. And what's going on is that there's been part of it is there's been severe cuts to the IRS budget for personnel and representatives, and so in 2010 it was 172 million budgeted for IRS customer service, and last year it was only 22 million. So that's a big decline.
Wow.
Okay. And the average, and this is throughout the whole year, for the people that were able to get through to the IRS and actually talk to them, the average wait time was 17 minutes, and this isn't, even for the slow times, so it averages out. Okay. So what they're saying in this article is that as a result of these customer service cuts, first of all, tax filing for this year we're not going to be able to start until after January 30th. They're not going to start accepting returns. And they also say that basically for an individual to do their own tax return, they're almost going to have to buy expensive software or hire a tax preparer service themselves. So what are we doing to address these issues? Because I know you, Lauren, are focusing on helping clients with the IRS matters, and how are you dealing with this?
Well, normally the first thing we try to do is call up the IRS practitioner hotline, which gets us directly to somebody who can solve problems, not just answer questions, but actually solve problems as long as things aren't in collections yet. Right. So that's one of the basic things. And
I guess going back to the basics, some of our clients may not know this, but how do we represent them and talk on their behalf? What do we have to do to work with for our clients? What form?
Oh, right. We got to get the power of attorney from them.
Okay.
Yeah, I skipped over that step.
Yeah. The power of attorney is kind of important because it doesn't allow it allows you or I or both to talk about their tax matters on their behalf directly to the IRS.
Right.
Okay. And then what kind of results are you having with the practitioner hotline?
Well, in line with the article, I've been having a lot of trouble actually getting through, but it's still much more effective than just being an individual and trying to call the IRS. But yeah, I mean, there were a couple of days last week where when I called them, they said they were having technical difficulties and they might not be able to access information, which I took as they were having technical difficulties and they weren't able to do anything, so I just gave up. Another day, the hold time was so long, I thought, I don't know what is going on. Now things seem to be calming down over there. I'm actually getting answers and getting stuff solved.
Right.
But
so eventually
we've been having a tough time.
Yeah. So the takeaway is we can help clients slog through this. It's not necessarily that much faster for us, but we do have access to some other tools and
we can get things solved and completed. I think that as an individual taxpayer, it's just very hard to even know what it is you really need to ask for or how to negotiate.
Right. Very good. And one of the things that and I wanted to do this episode specifically because for our current clients, and most of our clients that watch this episode are current clients, and our new clients that are thinking about coming on board, starting in 2014 in our fee structure moving forward, that's going to include all follow-up IRS matters, whether it's going to be responded by the practitioner hotline, whether it's actually going through an audit. So the nice thing about it is your fee structure will include this type of service at no additional fees to worry about in the future. So no matter how long it takes, we're going to make sure it comes, to completion. So
Right.
I think that's a nice thing to offer people, and that certainty.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All right. So if you are a current client and you have any questions about this, or a prospective client, feel free to contact Lauren or myself. And thank you for watching this episode of Erickson TV. Bye now.
See you next time.